My name's David Brummitt. I grew up here in Coronado and I played tennis here in a high school team. When I retired from my Air Force job, I came back to coach Coronado High School tennis, and I met Mario being one of the tennis pros here in Coronado. I had the seat of being a high school boys coach, so I got to see a lot of the products. The juniors that he was coaching came onto my team, and so I know he's very thorough. Instead of just teaching little bits here and there and very specific, he was very happy to share, hey, this is how you think about the game, this is emotional things, this is how you train, this is how you eat, how you deal with failures, because tennis is about failures and succeeding. So there's a lot of things I've come to respect about Mario. So a whole person coaching isn't just teaching a kid how to have the best forehand ever, boy or girl. It's really teaching a boy or girl how to feel good about themselves, get their best performance, and involves emotional work, spiritual work, dedication. It means doing things when you're not happy to do things, but because coach has said, hey, this is the way to do it. Follow through, listen, and not just with the player, but with the maybe other coaches and also with parents. So a whole person concept is really a complicated thing for a super high performing athlete in tennis. I've noticed a lot of the players have both, first they have better shot selection, which also is another whole skill beyond just hitting tennis shots, but shot selection, and also a very calm demeanor, a very good patient way to say, hey, how did this work? What did I learn from this? What do I take away from this? Very much his students have more of that than others. My particular role and niche was as a high school coach. And so I'm not the Olympic team, I'm not the prep for someone going into the US Open, but as a high school student athlete, absolutely. They need to be worried about getting dates, they need to be worried about their school, they also need to be worried about performing and doing well in tennis. So absolutely, it's a combination of all those things together. When I look at students that Mario's coached, I think a lot in terms of character. And in character, it's a path, it's not arriving, it's not getting a ranking. And you could have the absolute best match of your life as a tennis player, and I've seen some of his students have that, and you still lose. You lose 1-6, 3-6, but you put it all out there and you did your best. And I've seen the character take away from that, and that carries you forward into life. It's not just tennis, it takes you into your family, relationships, college. It carries with you. And I've seen those students, like Ryan Segerman. He carries a good character inside. He's been coached about how to think, not to take failures as a problem, but as a learning experience. And I think that's why you can broaden that into the community to say more people that think about, hey, what happened here? What do I take away from it? And then apply it. Not only does it show for them, but everybody around them says, hey, this is a group I want to be part of, and this is a community I want to be a part of. In coaching styles, I know there are a lot of choices out in the world, and I get that. But as a coaching style, I think if my children were young enough to be in the coaching world, I would choose Coach Mario, and directly for the reason that he's interested in them as a person and in their development. And if that development is making number 6 in the team in high school, great. If that takes you to number 1 and on to college and in some spot in that, great. But the real thing is just get the most out of yourself. So again, I think the real thing about Coach Mario is he takes care of you as a person, not just two-dimensionally as a tennis player to get him a ranking or to get him a product. I think he will care about you and how you develop. But of his group, 3, 4, 5 of them been on my team at a time, and during those times, it happened to be the short moment in time when we had the collection of talent, we had the collection of players, and the environment in Coronado to push forward a strong team. And with those players on board, we actually did make the run for Coronado High School team to make the CIF championships twice. So not just once, but depth. Guys that love the game came back grinning and said, let's do it again. And we won CIFs twice due to Coach Mario's boys and the character they developed and pushing their teammates. So yeah, we've had some great success. I would love to count Mario as my friend, and I do. And I expect to keep hitting for a long time. So just to share with you, I love playing. I'm also really, really good. But Mario beats me every time. And for me and my character, I don't take that as a bad thing. I keep looking and say, Mario, I got one more shade of one more thing to refine. I'm coming for you next week. So look out, I'm coming. The difference between Mario and a lot of the other coaches, I think, and I may have covered this earlier, is a whole coach concept, a whole person concept. I think a lot of players get coaching to say, I want to win, and I'm going to win at all costs in this match. And that kind of thinking leads to low character. That's where you dish your opponent on the changeovers, you hit balls to the other side of the court. If you can take anybody on the side, hey, come over and just whisper on the side, distract them, do stuff. Some coaches do that, not all, but there are some. And that's the low side of character. And you will never find that with Mario. Mario is going to say happily, just like I would say, if you lose your match and you played your best, I am proud of you. You don't need to do any more. You're good with me. You know, sometimes you got to protect the young man in front of you or the young woman in front of you against their peers, sometimes against the system of the tournament structure, sometimes against their parents. Sometimes parents can be rough and abusive because the parents have this goal, you're going to have to play number 1 at UCLA. And sometimes the kid says, I like being good, but I'm not going to be great and I don't want that. And sometimes it takes an advocate to say, I don't want to go that far. I want to be good. I want to be who I am. And Coach Mario has been very, very good about the justice of standing up to those moments where it's really tough on a young teenager to say no or to say, I've had enough. But Coach Mario has find that line to say, I know when that line is crossed and when it's time to hold back outside forces and protect this player at this place. And that is a wonderful quality.